Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive 717. I'm back with another reading. We're going to dive right into a message for the Divine Feminine Collective, okay? Because I keep hearing the words outgrowing. I feel like you're outgrowing the current version of yourself, but you have to let it go, okay? You have to make room for better. Many of you are feeling like everything is. Everything seems uncomfortable. Like, I keep getting like the words uprooted as well. It's like everything feels like, when you dig up a plant, okay, and it's just sitting there and you've got to transplant it, but the plant itself might just be like, what the heck's going on? I feel like many of you might be getting ready to put down new roots, or you are shifting into a new version of yourself, okay? And this has a lot to do with, again, making room for better. There has been a lot of emphasis on peace, okay, experiencing a lot of inner peace for the divine feminines as well. And this has a lot to do with receiving, because the more that you are in that receiving energy or feeling at peace, then I feel like a lot of you are shedding. You're shedding like the heavy parts of yourself emotionally. Anything that may be holding you back from experiencing your highest timeline, I feel like a lot of you are getting ready or getting prepared to boot it completely out of your life, okay? A lot of you are shifting in ways that why am I stuttering? A lot of you may be shifting in ways that may be making people around you very uncomfortable, but I feel like it is because they're experiencing a lot of shifts in themselves. Many of you in the divine feminine energy may feel like a lot of people are triggered around you. You may even be triggered by this new version of you wanting to step forward. For a lot of you, I'm getting like outspoken, like you're becoming a lot more outspoken. You are becoming more centered in who it is you are, who it is you want to be. So many of you are becoming more decisive. I also see many of you really experiencing a lot of protection from your divine masculine counterpart, and I feel like this is actually what is pushing you into this new version of yourself, because I do feel like there's a lot of bonding, even if it's like on a spiritual level. For many of you who are in physical contact with your divine masculine, I feel like a lot of partnership there, a lot of harmony. And again, even if it's on like a spiritual level, many of your divine masculines are coming in, and I feel like they're nudging you in certain ways. And I do feel like with this decisive energy, like many people are not really used to seeing you be straightforward or say how it is you feel. I feel like a lot of you are exiting this like very like flighty kind of energy. Like fight or flight. Many of you might be very anxious or very tense all the time. I feel like your masculines are coming in and like really holding you and anchoring you. That's the word, anchor. They're really coming in and holding you and really anchoring you to feel safe within your own skin. Like feeling very like at peace to create peace for yourself. A lot of you as well in the feminine energy, you're exiting this kind of like lack mentality or feeling like you're on some kind of race. I feel like a lot of your divine masculines are coming in and saying like you're okay, you're safe to slow down. Okay, so I'm going to dig into this energy a little bit and just see what else is coming up for the divine feminine collective. Okay, what do you guys need to know? Okay, so we have celebration, gifts, abundance. Many of you are getting ready to celebrate. This could also be very triggering for people around you as well, because I do feel like many of you are returning back to a place of optimism. It's like you're no longer under this heavy energy. And again, with exiting that kind of flighty response that many of you have had, like that version of yourself that was, I feel like it comes from maybe like overgiving or this people-pleasing energy. I feel like the celebration, gifts, and abundance is now coming through like letting all of that go. And many of you are experiencing a lot of like celebration in solitude, like on your own. I feel like many of you are celebrating the fact that you have inner peace, that you don't owe anybody anything, that you can actually speak your mind. Many of you may be doing a lot of deep inner healing as well around detachment. I feel like other people may see you as cold or detached, but for a lot of you, you don't care how other people see you at this time, and that is actually the abundance that you're receiving. That's the gift that you're receiving. A lot of you are being very focused, or you're centering your life around yourself. Like, what is it like to have a good relationship with me? And that's bringing you guys a lot of peace. And I feel like a lot of you in the feminine energy, the reason that you feel this is because, again, your masculines are coming in, whether it be on the spiritual realm, through your dreams. They could be coming in with physical communication, physical contact, whatever the case is. And they're holding you safe. Okay, this is your counterpart. But I feel like the reason you're drawing them in to do this is because you're saying yes to shedding that version of yourself who had a big problem saying no. Okay, so a lot of changes many of you may be going through right now, a lot of upheaval, but I'm hearing it is because there's an old version of yourself wanting to go away. That's why many of you may be experiencing a lot of like 555 energy, conflict, arguments, feeling uncomfortable around people. And it's because the uncomfortable and awkward situations are coming up for many of you, like speaking your mind. It's almost like you cannot not speak your mind, you know, and I feel like a lot of people aren't used to you doing that, so it could be creating a lot of uncomfortable situations around you. Many people might be seeing you as like, who are you? Like, who is this new version of you? Many of you are ready to take off that old mask that, you know, it's aimed at like pleasing everybody else. And I feel like the fight or flight response, like that flighty energy, it comes from people pleasing, because when you're overworked and you're overstressed and you say yes to commitments even though your cup is running on empty, but you do it because you don't want to create conflict. And this could be within like family and friends group, it could be work obligations, it could be like anything that demands your energy or time. And on the low, like in private, you're just like, oh my god, I can't give anymore. I need solitude, I need rest, I need peace. Any of you who have had a problem taking that peace for yourself, no more. I feel like many of you are ready to take off that version of yourself, and you're actually ready now to create a space for yourself that is rooted in very strong boundaries. Many of you are ready to live more intentionally. And I feel like this is a reward as well for a lot of the clean habits that you've been keeping, Divine Feminine. Many of you have been just remaining committed to your process of, I want to say, like for a lot of you, it could be sobriety, it could be like making sure that you are always organized or that your space is always clean. I feel like a lot of you have taken control over like your mental health, for example. A lot of you are carving out time to make sure that you're exercising throughout the day, that you are eating nutritious food. It's like this big, huge like focus on giving to everybody else, and then you come at the end of the day. I feel like a lot of you are reversing that. It's like you're spending the majority of day on yourself and making sure that you're feeling good and that you're operating at optimum levels, even if it means that you've really just got to like bunker down and take a break from everyone and everything. A lot of your masculines are coming in, and it's like this hovering energy of holding you safe, like while you do this. I don't know why I'm picking up on that, but for a lot of you, yeah, it's coming through. I feel like it's because you're at an important time. You're at an important place, on your journey, especially journey with self. Okay, what else is the Divine Feminine going through on this journey? Especially with shedding this old version of yourself. What does the universe want you to know? Okay, so comfort zone, clinging, south node. Okay, so a lot of you are exiting the south node, maybe moving more towards your north node, which is purpose, why it is you're here. And this is what is separating you away from that old version of yourself, because I feel like that old version of yourself, it no longer resonates with you, because a lot of you are ready to exit this comfort zone. Many of you may be around people as well. It could be like work environments, for example. You know you need to exit these workplaces and challenge yourself a little bit more because you're sitting in a comfort zone. A lot of you might be around people who keep repeating certain things to you. Like they could be stuck in their own timelines as well. And many of you want to exit that. Many of you are a lot more action oriented at this time. You want to do big things to shift your focus, your energy. Well, newsflash, you're going to have to change your environment, okay? You're going to have to change up the people you hang out with, change up the people you spend time with, change up the people that you're giving energy to. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with, people that can feed your soul. That's why a lot of us who go on this journey, we replace like old friendships and all of that stuff with like, our favorite like YouTuber, for example, because it's like, you might find that it's like that exchange between you and that YouTuber who's actually, going off in like a blog or a vlog or whatever the case is, giving you some valuable advice. That's why sometimes a lot of the readings or a lot of content that you guys might watch, after you're done watching that video, it feels like a good conversation with a friend or just like a friend giving you good advice versus an old friend that you've been hanging on to since like high school, for example. And it's like every time you meet up with them, you're like, God, like we have nothing in common anymore. Like, why do I still hang around with you? Like, we're not going anywhere. Whenever you are around me, all you do is like pull on my energy, complain. You're not doing anything to alleviate those complaints. You're not doing anything to shift anything in your own life. I don't vibrate with that. I don't resonate with that. So I feel like that's what you guys are shifting out of, because many of you are ready to go. You're ready to take action. You're ready to make your dreams come true. So this old version of yourself that's shedding away, it's basically trying to get rid of the people that are holding you back, because a lot of people can maybe see or feel where you're going and they want to go too, but they don't want to do the work for themselves. Right? They would rather just have your energy feed to them the possibilities, and then once they get that feeling, the energy dies out, and then they go and they feed on your energy again. So a lot of you are being called to really just kind of take a good step back and realize there's an old version of you that's dying to be released and a stronger version of you ready to step up and come forward. You're not afraid to create awkward situations anymore. You're not afraid to cling to your comfort zone. Many of you are stepping out of your comfort zone. And I think comfort zone too is like making other people uncomfortable with this new zone that a lot of you are in. Many people aren't used to seeing you say what it is you want, like say what it is you don't want. This is what I'll tolerate. This is what I won't tolerate. This is what I'm going to do. This is not what I'm going to do. Hey, listen, my energy levels are here. Can't do this. A lot of people are being triggered by that because they're not used to seeing you say no. They're used to usually you saying yes, right? Because it may kind of soothe or please what it is they want. But a lot of you are starting to pay more attention to what's important. It's like my inner peace or somebody else's expectations, desires, wants, requests of me. Okay, a lot of you are really having that strong breakthrough and epiphany to protect your inner peace at all costs, because I feel like a lot of you have big goals, big dreams, and you might wonder why it is you keep being stunted. Pay attention to who you surround yourself with. Many of you need to stop answering your phone so much. Many of you need to turn your phone off, like during your days where you plan and you strategize and you work on your goals. Like, you need to pay very close attention to like how it is you account for your time in the day. Right? When you share your goals and dreams with certain people, like, can they follow you? Do they know, are they on the same page with you? Or do you get, kind of feedback that doesn't really take you anywhere? It means that you're not surrounding yourself with people who have the same vision as you. So you're kind of going to be stuck in that loop as well. Many of you are stopping that. You're like, wait a second, if I'm going to get my goals going, like I either need to spend time in my own company or I need to surround myself with people and environments that can hold a conversation with where it is I want to go. Because many of you don't realize, but it's like you might have all these big dreams, these goals, these ideas, and you're sharing it with people who aren't rooting for you. They're not rooting for you. Sometimes they might have their own agenda in mind. Sometimes they're feeding off of your advice, your energy, your time. You look back at them and they're not putting action into anything at all. And many of you might find yourselves at the end of the day very depleted, feeling very resentful. So it's time for you to shed that old version of yourself and start stepping into new environments where a lot of you do feel supported. Your soul needs to grow. And in order to grow, you have to make uncomfortable situations happen, right? There are many people that maybe need to grow as well just from hearing you say, like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to engage. Okay, a lot of you are in a time now of, I think, prioritizing yourself. And this is happening very quickly for some of you. And I feel like the more that you shed this old version of yourself, although I feel like for a lot of you as well, it was really hard to do this in the past. It was very difficult because old feelings end up coming up, like old wounds that were reopened in terms of like feelings of guilt, okay? Challenging yourself with certain morals, values, beliefs that you may carry. And then replacing it with, what values do I want to carry? I know I held those values in the past, but is that really rooted in my truth? This is what many people are kind of triggered by you doing. I feel like a lot of you are doing things that are unorthodox to the path that you were maybe like walking this whole time, and now that you've had some kind of epiphany or breakthrough, you've suddenly swerved over into another lane, and the people around you, they don't understand that. They may see you as like, whoa, where'd you go? Okay, and a lot of you are doing this without explanations, or, I feel like it is because you're aware. Like, once you wake up and you realize what's been holding you back or weighing you down, you're out of there. And many people are now seeing you in this energy of being cold or detached, but keep moving ahead. The universe wants you to know that this is an important part of your journey, and you cannot, under any circumstances, look back. Okay, we have data, backup, digital, electronicization. Is that what that says? I don't know. Okay. Data, backup, digital. I feel like some of you might need a break from the digital world. There could be a lot of digital backup, freeing yourself from, I just feel like a lot of the static. Okay, many of you may need to take a step back and release something, let go. I feel like let go and detachment goes hand in hand, okay? Surrender, open, give up, release. Like, let go of this old version of yourself, this people-pleasing version of yourself, because it's necessary for where you're about to go. Okay, don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to make others uncomfortable for the sake of your own inner peace. If you know that your cup is empty, do not try to shake out one more drop, okay? For anybody or anything, it doesn't matter. If your cup is empty, you need to honor yourself and refill it in whichever ways that you find most pleasure in doing so. All right, so I don't know who that message is meant for, but I hope it does find you well, my dear Divine Feminine Collective. If you guys would like a personal session with me, I'm over at hipsy.com and wizio.com. I do private sessions as well, where you can reach out to me one-on-one. We can talk over the phone or text. And if you guys would like to join the channel, I do offer 18+ sensual readings as well. If that's where you're at on your journey, join the channel. I'd love to have you guys there. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next reading. All right, you guys take it easy. Bye.